Yay, hello, welcome to English 3, Unit 4, Part 1. To be happy, with your English professor, Neil, and his TA,
TA Younghee. Hello, everybody. Happy day.
Happy days, yes. To be happy, that is the target of this unit of English 3, Part 1. So we are looking at Unit 4, My dream is to be happy. And so to be happy, we're going to listen to some of the famous quotations from famous people. Famous people, famous words. That is their quotations. So number 1, we have to err is human. Blank is divine.
Professor, what is err?
Err is to make a mistake.
So can I say like to err is human?
Something like that, yes. Alexander Pope was an English poet from about 300 years ago, and this is one of his famous quotations. Next one is blank or not to be. That is the question.
I know this one. It's Hamlet.
Hamlet?
Yeah.
Very good, yes. And we will fill in the blank shortly. That is William Shakespeare, famous English playwright. And number 3, we have blank. A garden is to believe in tomorrow.
She is very beautiful lady in the movie Breakfast at Tiffany.
Yes, Audrey Hepburn, famous for the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. And many others like My Fair Lady. And then we've got number 4, Beverly Sills, an American opera singer from the 60s and 70s, who said, I've always tried blank to step past wherever people expected me to be. Okay, something to think about. And number 4.
Number 5.
That was Beverly Sills was number 4. And number 5 is Dale Carnegie. If you want blank fear, don't sit at home and think about it.
He is very famous for the book How to make friends and influence other people.
Yes, a very powerful writer. And number 6, a famous singer from North America.
Yeah, my favorite lady.
So she wrote, My business is blank and have fun. To be happy. Maybe to be happy. So we want to fill in the blank. So you can see below here in the starter, there are some infinitives. The infinitives. Infinitives have the to. Have the to plus the verb. And they will fill in the gaps. So the first one, Younghee. You get this, Younghee. Which would you say is the first one? To err is human, blank is divine. Which infinitive will you put in the gap?
Humans are someone like me, and divine is someone holy or God. So human make a mistake, then holy divine creatures will forgive us. So to forgive.
Alright, let's see if Younghee's correct.
Yay!
Very proud of us. Yes, to forgive is divine. Divine means wonderful here. Divine is wonderful. Alright, number 2, we have blank or not to be. That is the question. You said you know this one from Hamlet.
Yeah, you only remove not. So to be.
So yes, we have to be or not to be. That is the question. Very powerful quotation from the famous play by William Shakespeare of Hamlet. Number 3, we have by Audrey Hepburn. A garden is to believe in tomorrow. Well, it's a garden.
Related to garden, it should be to plant.
To plant, yes. To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. So basically saying, study now and tomorrow will be better. Your future will be successful. Number 4, Beverly Sills. I've always tried blank. A step past wherever people expected me to be. So step is like walking,
So should be go.
Yes.
To go a step.
To go, because you step. So to go, I've tried to go a step. So saying I've always tried to work harder than other people expected me to do more than people expected me to be successful.
So to go step past means to go step more.
Yes, to do more than people expect. So if your teacher says write 1 page, you write 2 pages.
No, teacher doesn't like too long.
No, too long.
Yeah, teacher has to check.
Alright, well let's do Dale Carnegie. If you want blank fear, don't sit at home and think about it. You have a choice of 2, to enjoy or to conquer.
If you want to enjoy fear, don't sit at home and think about it, just go to see a movie.
Doesn't work. So yes, the last one is going to be to conquer. To conquer. To conquer means to win against. So if you want to win against your fear, don't stay at home and think about it. Go out and do things. So he's saying, just do it. Just do it. And Janis Joplin, Young-hee, the last one.
My business is to enjoy and have fun. That's me.
Yes, Young-hee is a happy person and likes to have fun.
Yes, fun is good.
Alright, so up there, Kitty's back saying, take notes, write it down. Important.
Write down.
Pay attention to the infinitives. So you can see the big grammar section is coming. Take a breath. Alright, for now, we are going to look at the dialogue first. The dialogue. I hope to do some exciting things in my life. So here, Sarah is saying, what's on your bucket list? Young-hee, what is a bucket list?
This became very trending, popular last decade. The list of things you want to achieve, complete before you die.
Yes, so that...
Do you have a bucket list?
No, just do things day by day. But some people like to write down the things they want to do before they die. And so we call it a bucket list. It's the list of things you want to do before you die. You wonder why it's bucket. Yes, not such a happy reason it's called bucket. Alright, so first of all, let's read the dialogue.
I'll be Sarah.
Okay, you be Sarah, I'll be Danny. Alright, so at home, just listen up. We're going to read the dialogue. So Young-hee's going to read Sarah, I'm going to read Danny.
What's on your bucket list?
To go skydiving is one item. Another is to drive a race car.
You are adventurous.
Not yet, but I hope to do some exciting things in my life. What about you?
Mine is mostly a list of new skills. One wish is to learn Italian.
Really? Why Italian?
I want to retire in Italy when I get older.
That sounds nice. Maybe I'll visit you there one day.
Oh, I'd love you to come visit. There are so many amazing sights in Italy.
Actually, I was thinking mostly about all the amazing food.
Pizza, spaghetti, lasagna, pasta, olive.
Yes.
And wine.
So Italians have lots of amazing food, and that's one reason why obviously Danny wants to visit Sarah if she retires to Italy in the future when she gets older. So you can see what's on Danny's bucket list. 1, he wants to go skydiving. 2, he wants to drive a race car. So he has 2 things on his bucket list. Sarah has 1 thing on her bucket list. She wants to learn Italian. Well, you could say 2 things because 2, she wants to retire in Italy. Retire is when you finish working at maybe 60 or 65 years of age, you stop working and you enjoy life. Sounds a bit depressing to wait that long to enjoy life.
You can retire earlier when you make enough money.
Dreams. Alright, so Danny is adventurous, whereas Sarah is a bit more practical and sensible in her bucket list. She is planning for the future, whereas Danny wants just adventure. Now, to express their thoughts, they use infinitives. Nominal infinitives. So, here, under the meaning chunk, it lists the phrase nominal infinitives. Younghee, do you want to explain a little bit?
Nominal simply means noun, if you want to simplify. So nominal infinitives, even though they're made up of the 2 plus verbs or object, so which means sentence, but it's still as a chunk function as noun phrase. So because they are noun, they can use as subject, objects, or complement within the sentence. That's nominal.
Yeah, so we're going to see that soon in the grammar section. All this talking about nouns, subjects, objects, complements, and so forth. For now, we're going to look at the dialogue. So you can see in the dialogue, we have the first one here, to go skydiving, is the first nominal infinitive. To go skydiving. And notice how we've marked it orange. Alright, because that's going to be... because this one is the subject of the sentence. Right? To go skydiving is one item. So to go skydiving, we've marked orange because it's going to be marked as the subject of that sentence. Younghee, what is the next?
Nominal infinitives?
Yes.
Is to drive a race car.
And notice how we've given that a green colour.
Green minty colour.
A green minty colour because we're reflecting that is a compliment. And what's the next one?
To do some exciting things.
Notice how that has a dark green. Very good, Younghee.
Including in my life.
Yes. Alright, because, and then, we got the next one up.
To learn Italian and to retire in Italy when I get older. And to come visit.
Any more?
I think that's it.
So you can see they're quite popular in dialogue when people are speaking, so it's something worth practicing. But to practice it, it is believed that obviously you have to understand the grammar. So now we're going to delve into the grammar for a good 10 minutes or so. So, you can see a lot of sentences. So first, the infinitive nominal phrases act as functions, subject, object, object of a verb, object of preposition, subject complement, and infinitive. Now over here we have example sentences, and we're not going to look at every sentence. We're going to look at some of them as examples. So as you noticed before, we gave a colour to each function. So subject will have orange. Object is going to have dark green. Now notice here below the what infinitive, we've marked dark green because it is an object in the sentence. And then we've got complements. We have two types of complement, subject complement and object complement. So we're going to go through each function, and if you're still with us at the end, congratulations. If not, maybe you don't like your grammar, you might want to skip a little bit.
Fast forward.
Yes, you're free to do that, but if you wish, you can just play along with us. So here we go, grammar bit. Okay, let's look at the subject sentences first. Make sure you have your notepad ready. Subject. We're going to look at this example sentence. To drive without a seatbelt is dangerous. So the subject of the sentence is to drive without a seatbelt. And the subject complement is dangerous. So the bit they've marked black here is the nominal phrase. So the nominal phrase, because it has a to, to drive, and drive is usually a verb, right, without a seatbelt. So here, drive is normally a verb. So it needs the to. You cannot say drive without a seatbelt. So that takes the position of the subject in the sentence. So you could say, it, as it says, it is dangerous. What is it? To drive without a seatbelt is dangerous. So the point is, a nominal phrase can be replaced by a pronoun. That is quite important. Here it can be replaced by it. So that's the sentence. To drive without a seatbelt is dangerous. Subject, predicate, and then the complement. Subject, complement. Here we have two options for the object. One, it can be the object of a verb. I want to go to Australia for a vacation. So you got the verb want, or agreed to start as soon as possible. Or she plans to buy a house in the country. So here the verb want, agreed, followed by the nominal to infinitive phrase, or the preposition. And here except is a preposition, and here but is acting as a preposition. First, we're going to look at the of verb option. We don't want to look at every sentence, so we're just going to look at what the one sentence here to get an idea. So the sentence, I want to go to Australia for a vacation. Now we've put the parenthesis around for a vacation because it is a little optional, and for a vacation could be about the infinitive or it could be about the subject. So it could vary in where it's which one it's attached to. However, for now, we are not going to be talking about that. We're focusing in on the subject and the object. So the subject is a pronoun I, and then you can see here to. You've got to followed by go. Go is a verb. So you can see Australia, it says to Australia, but Australia is not a verb. Australia is a noun phrase. So the point is, the to go to Australia. It takes up the whole infinitive, takes up the whole object section of the sentence. So I want to go to Australia for a vacation. So you can see here it says to go. Up in the examples, to start, to buy. Alright, so the to infinitive follows the verb and takes the position of object of the verb in the sentence. Fun! I hope you're feeling happy about that. I know grammar is very enlivening, very exciting, especially when taught by me. Not, but we have to cover it. Alright, so next one, object of preposition. We'll look at one sentence here. So we have the sentence, they have no alternative except to surrender. Right, who is they? Well, they are the prisoners or the enemy, and we will be talking about the enemy soon. And have, once again, is your main verb. And then over here we have except, which is the preposition. And you can see to and surrender is a verb. So up here, to pay, to surrender. So as we say, in these sentences we got the subject, we have an object, and we have a prepositional object. So we have preposition and then object of preposition.
Professor, I have a question. Then
Please.
We learned that verb as a predicate, like a have, want, agree, plans, they take opposite, right? We learned that, but here we can see also not only verb, preposition can take opposite as well. So something after except or but, to surrender, to pay the fine, these things that are opposite but not the opposite of a verb, opposite of preposition.
There's the point here, the preposition. as Yongyi says. And you can switch these round. They have no alternative except to pay the fine. Would work okay. They have no alternative except to buy a house in the country. They have no alternative except to go to Australia for a vacation.
Except means without.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. He did not have any choice but to surrender. That would make sense.
He has only one choice.
Yes, to live or die. Again, we will be practicing it shortly. It might not make sense much in this long grammar section. And so there we have, they have no alternative except to surrender. So as you can hear, when I'm pronouncing it, my voice goes up on except. They have no alternative except to surrender. So it's quite important in the pronunciation of the sentence to add emphasis to the preposition here. Next one, subject complement. Maybe it's a little easier, this one, because here it always follows the be verb. So you've got my advice is be verb to call before leaving. Yeah, quite simple sentence form.
The subject my advice and then is equal the subject complement to call before leaving. So complement is giving additional meaning of what subject is.
Of something the subject is planning to do.
Yeah, so what subject is doing is complement.
Yeah, so like here in the other example, the aim is to increase sales. Aim, increase sales. My advice is to call before leaving. Advice, call before leaving. So this is an English grammar thing, because otherwise people say, my advice, call before leaving. Actually, a lot of people do say, Yonghi, my advice, call before leaving. So sometimes people even drop.
But you have to have a pause.
Yeah, you pause, drop the is and to. Like her wish, be an actor.
But the grammatically correct sentence needs to infinitive.
Yes, to infinitive, and the infinitive needs to be preceded or have before it the be verb. Again, practice will be coming. Next one, object complement. So here you can see we have the three sentences. I want him. They told me. We need you. You, me, him. They are all the object in the sentence. Him, me, you, object. Followed by object complement. Again, you can see the to verb. To verb. To verb. To apologize. To deliver. To work late.
Here, unlike subject complement, this to infinitive, to apologize, is describing him.
Him.
Yeah, not subject I.
Yeah.
That's why it's called object complement.
Excellent, excellent. So the last ones, which might seem complicated, but what you have here is you tend to have a full sentence beforehand, like she knows who. Alright, almost a full sentence, the full verb, and then there is a joining word, like who, what, when, how, whether. Conjunctions. And then they're followed by the infinitive clause. Not always, just in these examples. Alright, she never knows who I might meet. Right? I might greet. But here you can use a different form to greet first. She never knows who I might greet first. So this is not the only way, but one option is to use two infinitive normal
she
phrases.
Never know who she might to greet first.
Exactly.
Not I.
No. It can vary from situation to situation depending upon the context. However, these take the roles of object. Alright, in the sentence form.
So object are including word,
Yes,
right?
because it follows the main verb. So the clue in these sentences is find the main verb. Find the main verb, and then you'll know the function of the infinitive. It's not always going to be easy. It's going to take practice. It's going to take time.
Very, very useful.
Yes. So, practice is what is going to make you understand this. So have a read through of the example sentences. Think about their function: subject, object, complement, object, subject, complement, object, complement. Read the sentences, practice it, do your best to understand. Once you feel confident, move to the speaking part. So in part 2, we will start with this Speaking 1 mobile gameplay practice. Have a look through, check the vocabulary, read the various sections, take a rest, and then come back to part 2. This is the end of part 1. To be happy. I hope you feel happier after that. I certainly do, as I now understand the grammar so much better.
Finished the grammar.
Thank you, Yonghee. See you in part 2. Bye.
Bye bye.